Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Platt. Thank you for coming today. I am here for about 30 minutes. I'm going to teach you about how to engage your students on Instagram. Just a quick shout out to Deepa. I've probably been doing this since September, since my courses became asynchronous. This is my 4th year teaching at LIM. And a shout out to Deepa for actually catching what I was doing, thinking it was cool, asking me to give you an overview of my process, how I'm teaching on Instagram, how I show up for my students. A week ago, this presentation, everything I'm about to walk you through, it didn't exist, but I absolutely do have a process. If you're willing to stick with me for 30 minutes, I do promise that by the end of this, not only will I teach you my process on how I engage students on Instagram, I'm going to be teaching you how to do it in Japanese, Italian, 140 languages. So that goes to your AI ethic question, but I do have it here to play with. To start, I thought about my why. Why am I teaching? Why am I teaching at LIM? Why am I a consumer behavior analyst? Why am I always focused on helping brands on the rise achieve? I have a goal. My personal goal, I want everybody to feel a transformation and a breakthrough. That's my goal. Fashion exists for people and shared experiences. And how do I achieve that? I'm doing asynchronous learning. We're all scattered across the country. How do I achieve that? Fashion depends on triggering people, inspiring people with what I always call the 3 C's: creativity, creativity, connection, and community. And if you can touch on all 3 of those with your audience, you really can make an impact. You really can make that transformation, that breakthrough. That's my why. That's my purpose. But how do I get there always changes. So for this purpose, today I'm going to talk to you about 4 things. One is why to use Instagram, why use Instagram as a learning bridge to engage students. And everybody's heard of Instagram, right? At least we've heard of it. I don't know how many people have accounts, but this is not agnostic to Instagram. Everything I'm about to show you, you can use it on any platform. I'm going to share with you what my students have said to me, why they like it. We'll get into my process. I absolutely have a process. I take it pretty seriously. And I never really wrote it down before, but I'm going to give it to you because I want for everybody here to achieve. And lastly, I'm going to show you a really cool tool. I had an incredible meeting last week, and I'm going to teach you how to go global with it also. But just a few things. Why did I use Insta? Well, for me, I need to know everybody's vibe, everybody's tone. So it's personal. Only you can give somebody's vibe and somebody's tone. Instagram, the tools are relatively easy. The students know them. Let's go to where the students are at. You create trust, you create engagement. And once you're in the loop of Instagram, you're in the real life, real world. You don't just meet people for 7 weeks, for 15 weeks. You are linked for life. You have the option to obviously not follow, stop, and so forth. But isn't it wonderful to see the impact that you're making on somebody as they're rising and as they're growing? The other thing about it also is your students connect in real life also. That's really powerful, again, because we're here to build the breakthroughs and the transformations. This is the time where everybody lines up their A-team, and that's what I want for everybody. Community connections, creativity, active participation, not just for today, but for life. So my students share, this is my students, they tell this to me all the time. It makes the industry feel real. I have actual quotes about, I live in the Midwest and I never saw where you're going. Or I ask my students, where do you want to go? They tell me, oh, I like Skims, I like Jacques Muse. And I'll go there and I'll record for them. I actually give a lesson. I keep it under 2 minutes. It's pretty fun, but the students like it, I like it, and I feel a connection. I need that. So this is how I show up. Can you, wait, you can't hear it, can you? Did you just hear that? You did not hear that. 1 second.
Can't hear it. You might have to stop sharing and do the include sound at the top of the share button.
Okay, now we're back. So this is how I show up. Please confirm that you can hear it.
Welcome to Hey friends.
This is how I show up.
Intro to the Business of Fashion at LIM this season. I'm Professor Platt. I am your professor this semester, and we are about to embark on this next 7-week journey throughout the business of fashion. Fashion is so much more than what we wear. It is about who we are and it's how we show up in the world. Fashion is also a global business, it is an art form, and it is a mirror of our culture. So in this course, you're going to see how every thread from design and storytelling to branding and consumer behavior, how it all is woven together into one dynamic, ever-changing industry. Together, we're going to explore this world of fashion. We're going to explore how trends are born, how you communicate a trend, how products move from raw materials to the runway to retail, how your ideas, the strategy and execution, how they become real world opportunities. A little bit about me. I'm a consumer behavior expert and brand strategist. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been helping brands like Montblanc, Hugo Boss, Chanel, Skechers, and Lycra tell their stories and grow with purpose. I was also at the Apparel News for more than a decade, and I write currently for several magazines. It's really, really fun. So I'm here to pass along all my real behind-the-scenes experiences and show you how the business of fashion actually works. And you can actually take a look. I'm here at the Grove in Los Angeles, and behind me, Aritzia, the new Banana Republic. We have the new Zara here at the corner. I'm always going to be taking you inside to the world of creativity, showing you and guiding you on how to think strategically, lead with authenticity, and turn your curiosity and your creativity, that is your superpower, let's turn it into your business. I'm going to leave you with a question. What excites you most about being part of this global fashion family? Is it the creating side, the styling, forecasting, marketing? Do you want to run your own brand one day? Do you want to have a retail store? Do you want to even get into intellectual property? What angle of the business excites you? Friends, don't let friends rest boring. It is a treat to meet you. Again, I'm Daniela Platt, Professor Platt. Welcome to Intro to the Business of Fashion. See you in class.
That is how I show up for
Hi, friends.
everyone.
Welcome to Intro to...
Stop. Okay, so that's how I show up for everybody. That's how everybody meets me.
Hi, friends. I'm Professor Platt. I wanted to give you a little bit about module.
So that's how everybody meets me. I get a lot of really fun feedback about it. The thing is, I set my tone and my voice and my energy early, and people show up for it. I'm not going to play the whole one, but then I do these walks all around the city. So I'm just going to play with you. This is the next one that I did.
One and module 2. But I also wanted to take you a little bit inside my world. I'm talking to you from the corner of Melrose and Orlando in Los Angeles. Behind me, if you could see it, this is the new Kate store. It just opened up this past weekend. It used to be Gucci. I'll take you around the corner. You could see it. Next door, as we walk, I'll take you to see Tom Brown. We've got the Row down the street, Isabel Marant. I love this street. It is so quiet, personal, full of discovery, and aspirational. So by now, we've had some time together. I hope you've been enjoying. So you should now have a strong overview of the fashion industry, clarity on the 4 levels of fashion. We've got the raw materials, sourcing, logistics. We've got those who want to actually create the fashion. Then we've got retail. That's this luxurious street right here. Across from me, you'll see Balmain. And then we've got the auxiliary group, which perhaps you are doing PR, you want to do marketing, you're an influencer.
So I'm going to stop that right there. But do you see how I sort of give a little bit of a lesson as I'm walking on a street that's completely where they want to be? This is aspirational to them, but there is that lesson, and it's bringing that moment to life. So how do I do this? I mean, I always wear sunglasses, and it's kind of a joke, but it's the easiest way to wear makeup on your eyes. But I really do have a 3-step process that I go through. So the first thing that you have to do is set your scene. The best thing to do, get outside. You cannot beat natural sunlight. You can't beat it. So get outside, go take a walk. Film somewhere fun. I have a lot of different places I can go to from different various retail streets with a lot of recognized names, recognized logos. We have students from all over the world. We have friends and audiences all over the world. They will recognize the logo and connect with it, or it will be something aspirational. I definitely recommend various different retail streets, but you can do a warehouse, a factory. I also record at a lot of trade shows. If I'm running backstage for a runway show, I'll always record where I'm at that I think is relevant and interesting. But definitely you have to record on site. You need some type of movement. You need a background, something aspirational. Get that natural light. I just record on my phone. That's it. That's my fancy tool. I see a lot of influencers. They have cute little microphones with pom-poms on it. Whatever you want that makes you feel confident, but get outside, get walking, find somewhere cool. I just make sure your audio matters. Your audio and your clarity of your audio matters. It doesn't matter as much the background in terms of like, you have to have a cool space, but you have to make sure your audio is clear. I just pop in my earbuds and I go for a walk and I talk. So first thing is set your scene. But the next thing you have to really do, it doesn't come so naturally. You can talk for hours, but you have to have a point. You have to stay focused. There's a lot of us who I could talk to you about the business of fashion for 3 hours, but I have to have a point and I've got to get it to you in 2 minutes. You need a script. How are you going to have your script? There's a lot of ways you can have a script, but do what's ever easy for you. For me, I like to voice everything onto my notes app on my phone. Sometimes I use ChatGPT and I just say, take all my notes and just help me organize it so I can talk about it. The critical thing, you have to download the teleprompter app. That is the key thing. You see, I'm walking and I'm talking. The first 2 that I did, I used the teleprompter app before I actually paid for it. So you see their logo. It's better when you obviously don't see that logo. So I did pay. I think it's, it's under $100. But now I walk and I talk and I'm on point. I'm on my script. You have to be on your scripts. You need that teleprompter app. And then you can walk, right? Get your steps in. Start with your hook and your overview. Hook them in, get your overview out there. In the middle, introduce yourself. You don't have to start at the beginning. This is not about you. This is about them. Hook them in, give an overview, set the stage about what's about to happen. Introduce yourself midway through. As you're winding down, I like to give a countdown. These are my 5 takeaways. These are my top 3 takeaways. If there's anything we want to recap from today, these are the 3 things I want you to walk away with. Usually, if you listen to a lecture, you might not remember the whole lecture, but if somebody frames it in the content, there's 3 things I want you to remember with. You'll remember they close with 3 things and your mind can process those 3. So always remember to close with that countdown. Do not forget your call to action. I always make an offer at this point, but in this case, there's not really an offer. It's just remember to come to class, see you in the discussion board. Tell people where to connect with you. Your call to action, your offer, how to connect, it's so critical because people will just otherwise click off. People have to be told where do they want to go next. So that is number 2, create your story arc. So now you've picked your scene, you have your story. Do not forget the teleprompter app. You need to stay on point. There's so many times I walk around and I'm like, oh, hi, puppy. You don't want that. So last thing, record, shine, and share. So I have to remind myself sometimes to do this. Remember to speak, breathe, smile, repeat. Speak, breathe, smile, repeat. It's really important to do that breathe and that smile. Very often you're going to get a screenshot that you want to take, and it doesn't look good to take a screenshot when your mouth is moving in different directions. This assures you that you have a screenshot to post of you talking and smiling for the front cover of your Instagram. Use the very simple editing tools, iMovie, CapCut, Instagram. They're really easy to learn. And not only that, this is real world application. So your students are there too. Your audience is there. They know how to do it as well. That's where you should focus your time, on mainstream tools. iMovie, CapCut, Instagram, 2 minutes or less. And here's something that I learned, and this came from trial and error. First, do all your editing in whatever platform you want. I find that CapCut is the most robust and there is a free option to do it. So I think that CapCut is the best. But whatever works for you. First, do all your editing. Then go into Instagram. Make sure your voice volume is high first. Then go into the button that says add the captions. Then go back into the area where there's music. Add some trending instrumental music, but make sure to set that volume really low. And then you have that background music, keeps it fun, keeps it engaging, but your voice is intact. If you do it the other way around, you risk losing your voice and you risk losing your ability to get the right captions. So you have to make sure that order is correct. All right, so that's my 3-step process on how I produce these videos. So I hope everybody kind of has a clearer sense on how I do it. My students really like it. I remind myself of the why, the breakthroughs.
Vuoi
and
dare
that's how I
video
go.
che connetto
But-
davvero e fermo lo scrolling?
Hang
Tutto
on,
inizia
hang on.
scegliendo la scena giusta. Come
But I've been toying around with this other fun concept. I'll be honest, everything I've just said, setting my story, finding my space, recording, it takes time. I will do them all in one take. I should say that also. I will go out and I'll do like 5 of them. I'll just record for a good couple of hours and then I'll slice and dice and then I'm done for the day. But I just learned this really new fun concept. So what if I can tell you how to do this process? What if I just take you to inside the text world and
It all
I
starts
tell you how to
in
do
the right
it?
scene, like here at Text World. Today, we're diving into how to film in retail and warehouse areas and delivering your message with real intention. Notice the logos and branding around you? They build instant connection. Record these on your phone to tell a bigger story. To deliver with intention, remember the formula: speak, pause, smile, and repeat. It's the key to being welcoming on camera. Use note apps for your script and a teleprompter app to avoid those ums. Keep your focus sharp. Hi, I'm Daniela Platt. I help you find your voice and share your unique storytelling arc in any setting. Final takeaways. Set your scene, speak with clear intention, and leverage your phone apps to shine. Ready to share? Edit your video in CapCut or iMovie and post it. DM me to connect. Let's get filming.
Oh, why'd that just stop?
Vuoi
Quando
creare
video
video che connettano davvero e fermano lo scrolling? Tutto iniziaそれはまずこのテクストワールドのように
What
適切な
if
し N を設定
if you know that, it just starts automatically. Thank God we're all friends here. But listen, we're Japanese, right? We're part of a Japanese conglomerate. We're Japanese owned now. What if you have students and they're
す
Japanese?
ることから始まります。今日はリテルや倉庫での撮影方法、そして意図を持ってメッセージを届ける方法について詳しく説明します。進化なロゴやブランディングに気づきましたか？これらは順次に信頼を助けます。これらをスマホで記録して、より大きなストーリーを伝えましょう。意図を持って伝えるために、この法則を覚えてください。話す、疑語記憶、初号、そして繰り返し。
Okay, so we can go in 140 languages, but since tonight, if anybody's excited for the Olympics kickoff, I have a little Italian for you.
Oggi esploreremo come filmare nelle aree retail e nei magazzini e come trasmettere il tuo messaggio con intenzione. Noti i loghi e il branding intorno a te creano
Pretty cool, right? So I think that goes back to your question about AI, but I think it's really cool because it helps overcome a lot of time and challenges. So the program that I've been playing with, this is called Hey Jen. It's really neat what it does. This is my avatar. I recorded from my studio in my house. Hear an echo, is that Hey Jen? So I recorded my avatar for my house. It captured my voice. It captured my hand gestures. I hear an echo back. Is that just on my end? That's so weird. So it captured my hand gestures. It creates an avatar, and I'm able to produce in 140 different languages.
Vuoi creare video che connettano davvero e fermano lo scrolling? Tutto in
Okay, so it created this avatar, like I just said. It created this video avatar. You film yourself, and it pretty much generates a lifelike avatar that sounds like you, it looks like you. So I understand there's a lot of different, like on one side, it's such a convenience, and on the other side, I understand there's a lot of different thoughts about it. But the point is, it exists, and I'm able to have my Instagram video in multiple languages to communicate with people in their way. I think that's just fabulous because I only know a few languages. So that is what they do. They have a video avatar and it removes the need. I also told you we have to set the scene. You have to create your script and then you've got to get out there and film. It makes it a little bit easier to just multiply yourself and multiply your time. So these are definitely things that you can do. These are actually slides. I had a meeting with Hey Jen last week and this is their information.
Instagram is a powerful tool to engage students. Instagram is a powerful tool to engage students. Here are the key takeaways.
I don't know why it's playing before I press play. So I have 8 takeaways for everybody. My why, go back to 1. transformation, breakthroughs, ignite the 3 C's, creativity, communications, connection. You have to get that teleprompter app. You want to be able to not speak with any ums. You want to stay on focus. Get that teleprompter app and go for a walk. Set your scene, set your script, walk and talk. Everybody in my town is talking to themselves, filming themselves. So it's totally normal. Speak, breathe, smile, repeat. In closing, don't forget, count down your points, make your offer, give that call to action, and where can people find you? And lastly, 7, use the universal tools. Don't forget, they're on your phone. They already exist. The notes, the Instagram, CapCut, iMovie. And last, number 8, the final one, explore the fast, fun tools like HeyGen, like I've been doing. And here, my digital twin can also count you down.
For you to get outside, walking, and recording with confidence. Start with your why, transformation and breakthroughs. And remember the 3 C's, creativity, community, and connection. Go where your audience is. They connect with real life, real-time relationships that last a lifetime. Set the scene and the script. Use a teleprompter, get walking, and remember, show, don't just tell. Deliver like a pro. Speak, breathe, smile, and repeat. Focus on presence over perfection. Use simple, universal tools like Notes, Instagram, and CapCut. And for some extra fun, explore AI tools like HeyGen. Close with a countdown of your points and a clear call to action. I'm here to help you build real community. Let's get started. Instagram.
So I fed HeyGen every single word that you just heard my digital twin say to you in my voice. I thought that was pretty cool. I did it last night, and then I went out to dinner and I set it to do it in multiple languages. I speak Hebrew, so I wanted to verify that it was actually correct. I was kind of impressed with their conversion. I haven't fully validated that it's 100% accurate, but it definitely accomplishes, it saved me an unbelievable amount of time, and I did that in a few minutes. I just thought that was very cool. So that is my presentation on how to engage students, your audience, how to engage them, how to have that breakthrough, and how to do it in 140 languages. Here's one thing you all have to know. There's a side effect to all of this. Right after I did my little video and I posted it, I ran to the gym, and my friends turned around and said, Professor Platt, I want to take your class. People are telling me they see it, they love it, they want to take my class. And my answer, well, you have to go to LIM. You have to attend classes. Go ahead and register. Great branding for the school as well. And that is my story today. I do have an offer. If anybody wants to post anything on Instagram, you can find me at Looking Good Yeah as you are. So it's Looking Good Yeah. Post anything from today on Instagram, and I will be happy to give you a free copy of my ebook, Looking Good: The 10 Commandments to Be a Sales Rockstar and Fashion Startup Playbook. I can plant a seed. I'd love to do a second edition if anybody is out there wanting to collaborate. Number 2, if you want to go deeper into the tools, I'm happy to walk everybody through the process, at least for your welcome message, so you can set your tone and your vibe with your students. I'm happy to do that. Lastly, so I did have a meeting with HeyGen. They would love to have a full-on meeting they invite everybody in our platform to really have a live demo. We can do an avatar setup. The nice thing is also, we mentioned that I'm taking my master's class, and I have my very boring computer voice read to me a lot of the text. I pop in my headphones. Wouldn't it be nice to have your voice as the one who's delivering the text? That's just another thing that they can do. So if anybody's curious, we need probably about 10 people to have the meeting set up, but I can arrange to have that set up. If anybody here is interested in having that demo, that avatar, that personal hand holding, really understanding and kind of coming to terms with like, how do I feel about it? At what point is how do I feel about it? Let me know, drop it in the chat, or let Deepa know. Feel free to remember me as the one who taught you IG in Japanese, how to use that. And that is it. Here is my, okay. So here I am. This is my family. We are a mix of Fashion Nova, Everlane, The Gap, Untuckit, and Seven of Mankind. I love to empower brands on the rise, brands with purpose to tell their story and sell like crazy. That's my book. My link tree is Daniela.today. You can find me at LIM, Daniela.Platt at limcollege.edu. Follow me on Instagram. Here's my card. I really want everybody here to rise and be an amazing success. Thank you so much for your time. Who has any questions?
Are there any questions for Daniela? You can put them in the chat if you don't want to talk, or you can talk.
The free teleprompter app will have the logo on it. So that's your personal choice.
So John Deming has a question in the chat about, do you create separate Instagram accounts for each class?
No, I just use my business one, Looking Good. Yeah. And I put all my information in one chat. I'm not giving any trade secrets out. It's 2 minutes of like, me exploring and giving feedback relative to the class. So it's really industry specific.
Your Instagram is public, right?
It's public.
Yeah. So John, it's public. So that's part of her goal is building community, right? Because her Instagram is public. So her students are seeing her on a public venue, but so is everyone else. And therefore the branding extends, the LIM branding extends beyond just the Canvas learning.
I do separately, I'll give like a 10-minute talk and I post that on a private, like I'll just put that on YouTube unlisted and they have that link. And I'll get into that. I don't give like a full lesson. I give like more of a teaser, but it brings it to life. Are your videos? So yes, I need a master class on this. Which part? Sure, let Deepa know. I'm happy to go deeper into everything. I really love all this and I really love helping other people have that breakthrough. What was your learning curve? Can you explain that question?
Like, how hard was it for you to learn how to use CapCut, teleprompter?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, it takes a little time, but once you learn it, you're good because that's what everybody's using. I went into to use the Canvas tools because a lot of them are there, but they exist within the confines of Canvas. You may as well learn these tools that are universal because they're not going anywhere and everybody knows them. So I have 2 kids. They pick my filters, so you can't really go wrong. Here's the basic thing. If you can get earbuds, get the teleprompter app, and get your script down to 2 minutes, get good audio, and get outside behind you something with logos, that's it. Get it down to 2 and just get your points there. Get your script. That's it. If you have a video on your phone, that's really the basics. But I'm happy to walk anybody through. Do you have a place that students all meet and talk outside of Canvas, like hosting on Discord? I have not set that up. It's not something I wouldn't do, but I haven't really we haven't really had that yet. But I definitely think that could be a good idea in terms of like really growing a large audience.
But you do have students respond to you on Instagram, right? Just
on
your videos.
They'll respond to me either in the video or they'll respond to me back in the discussion board. I link everything back into the discussion board. So here's the link, watch this video and let me know your thoughts below. So a lot of times they're commenting back in Canvas, back within our loop.
Brianne, technically you can't embed Instagram videos into Canvas. The source code just doesn't work. But I think, Danielle, you're sending students to Instagram, right?
I know I just dropped the link and the visual is there. It's possible I do a screenshot and that's what I do. I do a screenshot and then I add the link to the screenshot.
I was speaking over someone. I'm sorry. Who was it?
Oh, hi, it's Janine. I'm sorry. My internet was going in and out, so I was unable to see your entire presentation. So I think I just heard you send the link to the students for them to then follow you on Instagram. Is that correct? In your Canvas shell?
I can show you my Canvas shell. I can pull up a screenshot. In my welcome page, I have,
Mhm.
I don't remember if there is a visual of, I think what I did was I took a screenshot of it and I just said, hey, everyone, here's my welcome video. Click this link. Here's the graphic. And I think I just put the link in there and they click it and it does take them to Instagram. I'm not looking to promote myself on Instagram. I'm just looking to have that connection with them in the real world. So everything does eventually come back to LIM.
Oh, yeah. No, that my question was just how you got them there. That was all.
So yeah. So I think you click the arrow on the bottom and you get your link. So I do drop the link there. But I think also I take a screenshot and then I think I click the link and I think I can add the link direct to the screenshot. I think that's what I do. Does that make sense?
Great. Yes,
That's how
thank
we
you.
do the syllabus button. So Leonora had a question about can students who are not on Instagram still view the content? I think I think that every once in a while Instagram lets you view something, but my experience recently has been if you're not logged in, then you can't view it. But so that leads to do all of your students have Instagram accounts and what happens if they don't?
So nothing that I'm putting up is imperative information required by their assignment. There's nothing in there that's, going to affect their grade in any way because it's just more information that they already have. I haven't encountered any student that doesn't have Instagram.
I haven't either.
I haven't heard I haven't heard that. It's possible also, I know that I have another Instagram so I could see how I appear. So it's possible if they're not really on Instagram, they could just set up a random account so they can check it. But I haven't encountered that and it's really an added value, an extra bonus, a way to create engagement. There's nothing in there that's required.